Okay, once again, this is Steve Galecki, and I'm here in Hoboken. And it seems as though today, Hoboken was the fun place to be. And why is that? Well, there was a festival downtown on the waterfront, right near the train station. And I forget the name of the park. Maybe they probably call it Frank Sinatra Park, maybe. But there was a festival. Children were at play, horses, ponies, everything you can imagine was happening there. And the purpose of this trip to Hoboken, of course, was the fact that, well, I wanted to test this camera that I'm talking on now. I wanted to see what the lenses are all about and see how it picked up audio and so forth and so on, both in video and still work. I took many pictures along the regentrified, and I want to use a capital R on that regentrified because Hoboken was truly regentrified from what I remember it. I remember it back when I was a kid, about 9 years old. My mother came out here to 11th Street, today about where the ShopRite stands on the west side. And I remember a paint factory there where the paint stunk to all high heaven. For a week you smelled that paint. It had lead in it, that's for sure. And my mother would make me carry 4, not 2, not 1, 4 gallons of paint, 2 in each hand, with the wire cutting right through my fingers. I thought that if Dyfus was around those days, she probably would have been arrested. But I walked with that paint all the way from 11th Street to Washington Street with my mom, and all the way down to 1st Street, right, to Newark Street, where we caught a bus that took us eventually to Bayonne. But in those days, Hoboken was more or less of a ghetto. I mean, truly a ghetto. Recaptured, well, I don't want to say recaptured, I suppose. Well, Hispanic Puerto Ricans, we took over Puerto Rico, they found and migrated their way to Hoboken. And they lived 10 to a 4-room apartment. And it was a crowded city, let me tell you. And I'm not telling you it's not a crowded city now, but it's up to date, it's modern, it's condos all over the place. Unfinished land was finally, you know, well, let's not say unfinished land, let's say land that was uninhabitable at the time. With technology and so forth, made it possible to build on that land. And today we utilize that land, and Hoboken is a metropolis called the 6th borough, and there's a kind of an argument between Jersey City's downtown regentrified area and Hoboken because both are considered the 6th borough of New York. And certainly Hoboken offers a challenge for that name and for that purpose. So I took pictures all over. There's a lot of real estate out here that's the architecture dates way back. It's an old city, it really was. And unfortunately, we suffered some severe damage in Hurricane Sandy because, as you know, parts of Hoboken are underwater and other parts of it are right on the water line. So like the rest of New Jersey and parts of Long Island and parts of Brooklyn, they suffered, and of course Staten Island, they suffered a lot of damage here in Hoboken. But they recouped. They're building. As I look down the road now, I see construction that's going on. And there's eateries along the Washington Street, cabarets, bars. It's beautiful. The nightlife here on weekends is something to be thought of, to envy, if you want to say the least. Nonetheless, I'm here in Hoboken, and as I say, I took pictures all through the area, and a lot of the architecture and the people just moving about. It's a bustling city. It's a happening city, and people love it, and that's the way it is. So hopefully I'm going to show you some pictures on this YouTube site, and you'll be able to see what Hoboken is all about, and enjoy it, I suppose. New Jersey is happening, and Hoboken's one of the places to be. Although I don't live here personally, I can enjoy it and I can respect it, because we have the same thing happening in Jersey City, in downtown Jersey City, where I work. And well, I live in the Heights, so I'm a stone throw away, a pebble stone throw away. This is Stephen Galecki, bidding you a good day for today, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.